The all new 228238 green dial.
Roll up, it's a deal of the week again.
I can negotiate on one very slightly.
Got a quarter mechanical in spring drive.
The rarity of it is that it's an aching date.
I've seen one or two before, but very, very few.
So Pierce Brosnan wore this one in Goldeneye.
I've actually got it listed for 49,500.
The watch is very unusual.
If you want the sub non-day 2020, you can have for...
It's a 40 mil Yacht-Master.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
That is the Yacht-Master 40.
Yeah.
And that's the Datejust 41.
Can we try them?
Yes, of course.
Beautiful.
They're both 2023.
It's 41, right? For
Yeah.
size 41. Yeah, and both is 2023.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is where we're going to talk about the price, right? What's the bigger room for the blue dial?
Let me just have a quick look, please. Are you looking to buy one watch or two?
Basically, you're a really good friend, and I saw you guys on YouTube, and I thought to my friend, okay, let's travel a bit and let's do some business. So yeah, he looking to buy this watch, and I'm looking to buy this.
Where have you came from?
London.
Alright.
We drive literally 5 hours to get there.
Okay.
So, I can make a reduction of £500 on that watch and £250 on that watch.
250.
So
So take me on this one, 8,000.
8,700 and 14,250.
We have other watches where Raymond, but I'm not sure you know the brand.
And are you looking to part exchange?
Yes. Can I show you the watch?
Yes, of course. So this is a watch that you purchased from Watchfinder.
Yeah, Watchfinder, yeah.
With Raymond Veal, it's not really a brand that we buy or sell. What I would maybe suggest is contacting Watchfinder, see if it's something they're interested in,
Okay.
or looking to sell it privately yourself. It's a nice watch. I'm looking at them online. I can see two advertised. One's for slightly more than you paid, and one's for a lot more than you paid. So there will be demand for it. It's not a brand that we buy or sell.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. Regarding the watches, so let's start with this one. When I spoke with Josh,
Okay.
and obviously I tried to negotiate with Josh as well. My initial offer was 8,450.
Okay.
And we just come a bit slightly down to meet me in the middle.
I can negotiate on one very slightly, as long as the price will be the £500 discount on the other one. So I can make that one, let's say 8,550. And that one will be the 14,250 that I've mentioned. So that's offering a discount of 400 on that watch and 500 on that watch, and that's because you're buying the two
500.
together.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Today I have quite a special new arrival. So as you can see, it is the all new 228238 green dial, yellow gold presidential dated 40. This watch has been out for probably 8 to 12 months now, actually circulating in the market. It's actually the first one we've had. It's hard to see on photos, the dial in person is just way nicer. I've actually got a little comparable. So if you can let us know in the comments below, we're having quite a big debate at the moment. What would you actually prefer? So would you prefer the yellow green dial 228238, or would you prefer the classic 228235 rose gold olive dated? I'm still kind of leaning towards the olive. That reason being, obviously, it's just been my favourite watch for quite a few years. This has been out for nearly 6 to 7 years now. Came out in 2016. Obviously, with this piece, the watch itself has obviously been out for a while, but this specific dial has been out for around 8 to 12 months, as mentioned. In person, it's almost like a very flat green. So I've also got the OP41 here. So Harry will get a better clip. You can actually see the comparison between the dials. It's very, very similar. Harry's saying that it's the exact same. I feel like the yellow gold a little bit of a deeper green, but let us know what you think if it is the same colour dial. On the same topic of yellow gold green dials, we have the 116718LN. This is the green dial. This is a 2015 model. So it's yellow gold, GMT, black ceramic bezel, discontinued piece. But this is also a green dial. It's very, very slightly different to the OP and the day date dials. I'm not sure if that's with age. It might have changed a little bit of colour over the time, but it is very slightly, it's almost like a darker green. Whereas on the Day-Date and the OP, it's almost like a little bit of a brighter green. You could almost call it like a tree dial. That's the kind of colour it is. So price difference between these two, as you know, the olive Day-Date has gone crazy over the years. It's gone from 30, 40, 70k. Now currently olive Day-Dates are sitting around the 40k mark. Brand new, maybe it's a touch more. Slightly used, obviously it's going to be a little bit less. This yellow gold green dial, we've actually got it listed for 49,500, so it's just slightly below the 50k mark. Again, when this watch first got released with this dial, it was massively hot and massively popular. It went to 70, 60k straight away. Now it's sitting around 49.5. So this is the Champagne Day-Date 40 228 238 that we were just talking about and comparing. This has just came into stock. I can see that it's literally brand new, full stickers. Let us know in the comments below, would you spend the extra 10 to 15k for the green dial, or would you go with the Champagne dial, which is 10 and 15k less?
Roll up, it's a deal of the week again. Right, what we've got here. We've got a Submariner non-date 2020. God knows how many Submariners Rolexes have sold over the years, but this is the non-date. Some people do prefer the date, some people do like the non-date. As you can see, it is like brand new. This is the first one on deal of the week. We also have a 2013 Submariner non-date. I'm going to do some good deals on these today. Again, look at the condition. I mean, this one's a 13. This one's a 2020. There's no difference in the bracelet. So this 13 one has probably been very lightly worn.
So these are the exact same model?
The exact same model, 114060. That is the model. This one here is 2020. This one is 2013. They have fetched out a 41mm which replaced this. So the 2021 will do the... We'll do the 2021 first. This is the last of the last. 2020. It's got the green and white card. It is stock number 3659. 3659 is the stock number. On our website, the 2021 is on for 11,250. I'm going to give you a great discount today. I want to knock more than £1,000 off. You do have to quote the code 3659 for YouTube deal of the week only. The best price I can do on this one, I was going to do it for 10 grand. We're going to knock it out. If you want the sub non-date 2020, you can have it for £9,600. £9,600 on the 2020. The 2013 is product code 4253. Now the 2013 watch actually did go back into Rolex for a service in 2019, and it cost £725 for the service. £725 service on the 2013. Again, it's a great watch. With the old green card, I think it changed in 2014. On the website at 9,250. I don't think we'll be beat on price on this one neither. Again, 2013, I'm going to knock £1,000 off our website price. You can have it today, only for the YouTube deal of the week, for £8,250. £8,250 on the 2013.
Grand Seiko today. It's not actually one that we normally have on the channel, but Josh told me that you'd been in contact, were interested in this watch, so he thought it would be a good idea for us to have a bit of a chat about it.
Now, Grand Seiko's always been on my radar. I'm not a Rolex guy.
No.
I have been. I've got 4 Amigas now, and I'm pretty loyal to the brand. But the more I see Grand Seiko popping up, the more I kind of dig into the quality of workmanship that these are, and the fact that the finishing on these are sometimes better than Rolex.
I think they call it that Zaratsu polishing technique, where they get that brilliant finish, high polish on the case. That's a 2021 watch. It's a couple of years old, but it doesn't look like it's had too much use.
Yeah, I'm surprised that somebody would part with it this soon. It's barely 2 years old. You really cannot fault the perfection on the dial work here. I've seen Amigas that haven't had the buttons aligned properly. This is absolutely spot on. I
believe there is lume on that. Is this particular model something that you've done quite a lot of research on beforehand, or was it just one that caught your eye because of the design?
Well, I picked up 3 GMTs of recent. I'm travelling a lot the next couple of years.
Okay.
And I'm tracking 3 time zones.
Right, okay.
So, yeah, having one that's permanently set to Toronto time is perfect because that's where the last of the family is now.
Right.
I've got a Planet Ocean on the way. The Planet Ocean's probably going to end up being my daily, but it's not exactly a dress watch. This will give me exactly what I'm after, but something a little bit more discreet.
Okay, yeah, because it's a nice size, that watch, as well, isn't it? It's 39 mil. I believe it's around 12 mil thick as well. But the nice thing about it, if you look at the case profile, it's curved quite nicely. So I'd imagine on the wrist, it's going to conform nicely to your wrist.
Yeah, the male end links kind of pull it down over the wrist, but I've got a pretty big wrist, so I'm not bothered. So this is actually a little bit smaller than I would have gone for. The orange hand kind of stands out. Black dial with an orange hand. I was looking for something that had a bit of character.
I don't know if this will be a good thing or bad thing for you if you're not into Rolex, but it does look quite Steve McQueen Rolex Explorer 2 inspired.
Yeah. I was looking at, not the snowflake, I think it's the white birch.
Yeah, with the really textured dial. Yeah, it's lovely.
And that may still come to the collection.
Mm-hmm. They're in a different price range to this watch, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, they're the spring drive watches, which mechanically are really impressive. They've got, like, I think, the smoothest sweeping second pretty much of any brand, don't they?
Trying to find anywhere, certainly up here, that has Grand Seikos in stock that you can even look at. Every jeweller I've tried, even in the Metro Centre, every dealer I've tried, they're saying, yeah, we can get it in for you and you can have a look. But it's going to be 2 or 3 days. It's going to be a week and you need to pay for it up front and then you can cancel. It's like, what kind of operation is that? Last trip down to London, I was trying to make time to pop into the boutique and I've just given up trying to get anywhere in London anymore. Definitely a thing of beauty.
So you like the look of the watch, you like the style. It's the GMT function that you're interested in.
And I'm not averse to quartz because I know how good the 9F movement is in this. I know it's the high torque movement as well.
Well, they've got 3, don't they? They've got a quartz, a mechanical, and spring drive.
Now this, if I remember right, this is an office GMT, not a traveller GMT.
So the watch allows you to move the hands without stopping the watch when setting it to local time.
Yeah. So this is a proper traveller.
So that's a traveller style GMT, yeah?
Which is perfect.
Here we are again, Watchtrader Co. I have a couple of watches at the moment belonging to a good buddy of mine, buddy being his favourite saying, and it's Nigel Cabourn, who always wears 2 watches. So, homage to Nigel, I've decided to wear 2 watches today. It could be a little bit of a thing. If anybody wants to tell me the famous people that wear 2 watches, feel free to put it in the comments. I can think of a few, and I can think of a few for the reasons that they wear them. Nigel does it because most of his business is in Japan, and he has 1 watch set on UK local time and 1 watch set on Japan, wherever he is at that time.
Nobody's told them about GMTs yet, no?
I could mention GMT, but let's not do ourselves out of any sales. 2 watches on my wrist. This watch I bought from a trade group over the weekend that was just advertised as is a Rolex Air King, and I thought, I'm having a bit of that. It came through the post, got it today, and I am very, very impressed. I've just realised I checked the year, which is very, very poignant, but I didn't check the model number. I think it's a 1500 Air King. So, Harry, I've took it off my wrist again and I stand corrected. 5700, so model 5700, Air King date, precision 1974. 50 years old, nearly as old as me next year. The rarity of it is that it's an Air King date. So it's 1974. So for anybody that's good at maths, 1974, next year this is a 50-year-old birthday present. So it's a good birth year watch for 1974. Plexiglass with a beautiful original silver dial. The watch is in very, very good condition. It's used. There's a couple of marks on the clasp. By the time this goes out, this will be advertised online for sale for £4,750. Great birth year watch. If anybody would like me to do a little bit more work fill the little few marks in, do extra. It's all optional when you purchase the watch. But I've enjoyed wearing that today, so a good watch.
So, with Oris, it's not usually a brand that we buy ourselves.
Right, okay.
But let me have a look, because in the past, I've took a couple on consignment and they've sold relatively quick. Do you mind if I just have a little look at your watch?
Of course.
Wow.
It's a cool piece, isn't it? It's I remember when it first launched, and I was like too young, couldn't afford it, and then it was just I had one where apparently it was in storage in Brooks, put it back in window, new, and I bought it for my 21st. Apollo 17.
Apollo 17, 40th anniversary. I love that dial.
It's cool, isn't it? Yeah.
I've seen one or two before, but very, very few, considering we've probably sold maybe 30 Speedmasters last year.
They're not that uncommon really either, because it's like 1,879 of them. There's like there's a few of them out there, but
very unusual, but I do like it. It's class.
It is the one that I get the most.
You get a lot of comments on. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Looks,
Can you remember how much you paid for it?
Well, 1,200 quid, I think you said it was at the time. I'd imagine it tends to be more like the divers Orises that you sell, like mostly.
Bought a green one, and literally advertising it was sold the next day. So, but we do get it offered a lot of older ones that are just not for us.
Yeah, fair enough.
What year is that one, John?
2017. So it's an Oris automatic with a steel bracelet. It has a showcase back and it's a nice watch. So I'm looking at them listed for retail in the like anywhere from £600. I think your best bet with something like this is probably to sell it on eBay.
Yeah.
And on there, I've just took the number off the back. It's a 7582 and it's in good condition.
Yeah.
And if you think what it cost new, £1,200, there'll be people looking for things like this. The good thing about eBay for things like this is you'll be able to see the ones for sale.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to see what people are bidding for them. Right, I'll pop that back in there for you.
Also, based on what you're seeing them selling for online, roughly what?
I think if you get sort of £400-500 on a platform like eBay or from another jewellers, you'll be doing well.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Happy days. Amazing.
Thank you very much.
No problem at all. No, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So I overheard you before speaking with Hendo. You were saying this was bought for your 21st birthday.
21st, yeah, back in
okay.
96.
It's just a Seamaster Professional 300.
So it's a 300 quartz. I said it's a daily beater.
In what year is this? Is this the watch that Prince William wears?
Don't know.
I feel like he might do, I'm sure. So
because they brought out this and they brought out the chronometer, the automatic. I had the choice of the two, and given that I'm in a workshop on the weekends and I'm working with power tools or crawling under a car or working on motorbikes. In the weekday I'm working in IT, which means it's skating around on a desk.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch that. I had to baby.
Yeah.
And within, I think, a month of owning, I got that scratch at the top of the bezel.
Oh, it's always the case.
Yeah.
If you own a watch for 10 years, you ding it in the first week. I'm wondering, is it a bit thinner as well than the automatic version?
Considerably thinner.
Yeah, considerably.
But yeah, they came out, the year before the Bond movie? This was the GoldenEye watch.
Right.
So the one we had the laser coming out of the helium escape valve.
So Pierce Brosnan wore this one in GoldenEye.
He wore the quartz one I believe he wore the quartz one in the movie because the automatic hadn't been released yet.
Right, okay.
And I bought the quartz because I wanted something tough.
And was it in blue?
Yeah.
It was, okay,
It's
right.
exactly that colourway.
Right, I see.
But I don't have the little grappling pit on.
And have you ever had this serviced or refinished? It's just...
That's about as honest as it gets. I've changed the bushings in the strap every so often.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of spare bushings.
Well, it's held up very well, hasn't it?
It's been through a lot. But this one's been all around the world with me. And as I said, this is never going away. But this is my daily beater. And it's taken a beating. There's almost no lume left on it. The little red marking on the second hand has faded. That's an old friend.
Yeah, it's great to have stories like that with a watch where you've had them for such a long time. Thoughts on this one on the wrist then? Tried it a little bit.
A little bit smaller than I'm used to. One of the clearest, easily legible dial, especially when you're driving at night. I don't want any complications on the dial. Something I can just look at a glance, night driving. That's always been perfect, especially with the AR coating on those.
Well, that's got anti-reflective coating just on the underside of the crystal. It's also got a screw-down crown, so it's 10 bar or 100 meter water resistant. I really like the handset, the sharp hands with the chamfered edge, and then obviously the light and dark on the chapter ring inside.
I think the only thing that I would quibble is that I would have the GMT hour markings on the chapter ring.
Right, okay.
Rather than external.
Rather than on the bezel.
And that's what makes it more of a casual watch than the Heritage line, which has it on the inside of the chapter ring and the bezel's completely clean.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely on the slightly sportier side, but I think this can do both. I mean, that wouldn't look out of place under a shirt cuff, would it? The amount of watch you're getting there is a lot, isn't it? And it's up for sale for under retail price as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be coming back for a spring drive at some point. Just looking at the quality of the finish on this, it is not going to last 5 minutes on my wrist. So, can we do a deal?
I'm sure we can.
Can we do a deal before I get a parking ticket?
We can certainly try our best, yeah.
I'm double parked in one of the alleys at the moment.
Yeah, certainly try our best. Yeah, so you've seen the watches online. It's up for $2,450. It's very competitively priced in the market currently. I think if we can do $2,250.
$2,150. If you can do $2,150, so I'll pay for it now.
Okay.
If you can do $2,150.
Let me just make a call. I'll put that through and see if we can get that done. Okay, I've had a response. Well, I'm glad we've had a really good conversation, and I'm happy to say that we can do that at $2,150.
Excellent.
Yeah, we'll call that a deal. Thank you very much.
So on this hand is a watch that belongs to a friend of mine who has been wearing it on this blue NATO strap, which I think is fantastic. He wants me to source a blue rubber strap, which I'm going to do. The biggest problem I'm going to have is sourcing a gold buckle to go with it. The metal wear on this NATO is excellent. The watch is very unusual. It's a 40mm Yacht-Master, which gets me on to the next watch from 2004 on our website, which is just sold. This watch, for anybody that knows, has Rolex service stickers on. So the watch in 2021, the customer, before he traded it in, sent it back to Rolex. Came back from Rolex, came in as a Part X, and it had 4 imperfections. 2 dings in the polished centre and 2 marks in the outer part of the link. Now, Rolex, for their own reasons, have not done that. So when the gentleman looked at the watch at the weekend, I said, I'll have that down to the workshop. So went to the workshop at the beginning of the week. We have laser filled the imperfections, refinished, and that watch is ready to go. This watch is probably the last of the watches to go crazy with monetary value. It's always been the poor relation. I've talked about the non-date sub being now the cool. I think in time this will be a cool watch. This will be a very, very sought after. When it gets to its new home, I think the new owner will be over the moon with that now that it's refinished. Last but not least, I don't like being beaten very often, but I had to relent. A customer of mine broke his glass on his Cartier Drive de Cartier. A very underrated, again, a very unknown Cartier model. Tried for 2 months, 3 months to get a glass. Couldn't get one. I've had to bite the bullet and send it back to Cartier. When I give him a call tonight, I'll probably ask him just to sit down when I tell him the price of the glass, because obviously the watch going to Cartier's had to be serviced. But just one of those things. Pride myself on being able to do most things, but I can't do everything. A great dress watch, something that I do think is underrated. So that will be going to its rightful owner tomorrow, hopefully with a smile on his face. I've worn that little vintage watch today, and probably because it was on my other wrist. When I went to the post office earlier, the girl said, "Why are you wearing 2 watches?" And I said, "Because I'm from Watchtrader and I can."